For this mammal project, we're going to be creating beads that look like the hide of a giraffe with all his spots, and then we're going to make a little giraffe to go on the end too. Here's what you'll need. We're starting out with oven-baked clay in 3 colors. We have a beige, a kind of tan color, and black. We've got pleather cord or an imitation leather. We have our modeling tools, a roller, and we've got toothpicks and a little tiny piece of wire with a loop at the top, and these little tiny teeny beads for his eyes. So let's get started. First, I want to show you how to make the beads. Now, as you can notice, I've covered my work surface like we did earlier in the show, where I've got wax paper down to protect it. Also, you can see I've got a grid underneath, and this is going to help me because what I want to do is condition my clay. And I've taken a piece about 1 inch. Now, I'm working with the lightest colors first. And if I lay this down, I can see that that's about 1 inch worth of clay. Now, I'm going to condition it by rolling it in my hands to get nice and warm. And then I'm going to roll it into a cylinder. And I want it to be about 4 inches long and about 1/4 of an inch wide. That looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take little pinches of the darker brown clay and I'm going to press those on. I'm going to do that randomly around the shape. And some are smaller, larger, and I do that around the whole thing. Then I'm going to take this and roll it on my work surface again. What that does is flatten the clay in, and you get those nice irregular shape kind of spots just like on a real giraffe. Then I'm going to take my cutting tool and cut these into beads that are about 1 inch or probably about 3/4 of an inch. Let's measure right along here. So 3/4 of an inch and slice that off. Another 3/4 of an inch. And I break that into as many beads as I can fit in that space. Now I'm going to take this, let's roll that shape out so that we have a nice evenly shaped bead again, flatten it out, and then I'm going to take my toothpick and poke it through. I find that it's easier to poke all the way through from one side, then come back on the other side. It's really important too that you check your cording and make that hole big enough so that it's going to fit through. Now I do each of my beads and lay them here on the side. Now you could mimic any kind of fur and make either spots or fur or something to mimic your favorite mammal. We'll lay that here because we're going to bake those later. So let's make our little giraffe. The first thing I did is I started with about a 1/2 inch piece of clay in this lighter color. I'm going to form this into a cylinder and then pull up this top piece, and that's going to form the body. I'm going to roll that until it's nice and soft and flatten that out until I have the body shape. Again, I'm going to add my spots on, and then I'll flatten that again onto my surface. We do both sides. Let's roll them out until we get our nice little giraffe shape. Then I'm going to take about a 1/4 inch size ball, and I'm going to form those again in my hands into a teardrop shape. Flatten out the bottom, and that's what I'm going to do to form my leg. And I'd form 2 of those. Flatten the bottom out. Now when you're doing this at home, you're going to take lots of time to make your giraffe exactly perfect, just the way you want him. I've got my shape there, and I'd want those spots a little bit more irregular. Let's pinch that in a little bit and reflatten the bottom. So now we have his legs. The next thing is his head. I'm going to form this into kind of a triangle shape. Let's condition this clay a little bit more so it's nice and soft and easy to work with. I'm going to shape this into the major shape for his head. Let's turn that to you so you can see that. That's his head shape. Then I'm going to take another little section, kind of make it into a kidney shape, which is going to sit on top of that first shape. Remember, no 2 animals look exactly alike. Then I'm going to take this pin, poke 2 holes with the head of the pin, into the top. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm going to take these little tiny beads and drop those in. I'm also going to poke a little hole here for the nose. And then I'm going to take this wire piece and I'm going to take it and poke it through here, all the way through the head. Oops, and let's get that all the way down in and into his neck. That's what's going to use it to attach to my necklace. Now I can add some other details. I can add little pieces of brown for the horn. I can add little rounds for his ears. And then when I'm all done, I'll take these and take my beads, put them in the oven and follow the manufacturer's instructions and bake them at 230 degrees. Then when I'm all set, I'm ready to assemble the necklace. I've got 3 30-inch pieces of the leather cord. I'm going to tie a knot in the center. I'm going to put a bead down the center, down one. Oops, let me get one with a bigger hole. Right down the center. And slide that down. I'll bring my cords around it and tie another knot here, then put another bead and do 3 beads or 4 beads, as many as you made. So let's take a look at the finished giraffe. So we've got a giraffe and a necklace. This is a great way to mimic the fur or hide of your favorite mammal.